This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
What's up, everybody out there in the XRP community? Thanks for coming back to Investment Perspectives. I'm Bradley Kimes. You can follow me on Twitter and all the information we're talking about at Backup Bradley above right there. Okay, so today I wanted to make a short little video to talk about the fact that AnyPay, which is a point-of-sale system, cash register system, digital platform, has decided to drop and disable Bitcoin from its choices of settlement. I have a video that I want to play for you guys and then talk about a couple of things that I think line up with where the space is headed. Let me get this open for you right now to take a look at this. So this is Steven Zeller.
I've disabled BTC on AnyPay cash register after a final revelation that it's worthless for payments. I've informed Keen that BTC is indefinitely disabled and AnyPay will not support BTC payments going forward until further notice.
There you have it. Can't say it any better than that. Now listen, I don't say this to beat up on the BTC community, even though it may feel like it from this segment that we're looking at here today. I say it to bring awareness to something. BTC is having trouble as a point-of-sale currency, right, between business to peer. Now, I'm not saying peer-to-peer. People can agree to send Bitcoin back and forth to each other as money for transactions of things all day long. And they can do that knowing that Bitcoin is volatile. It moves up and down in price dramatically. And they can still agree that it's a value for them to do that. But when you're talking about somebody running a retail operation selling goods, it can't be done. At this point, AnyPay is confirming that now, that he's finally come to the conclusion that it cannot be used. Well, it's not only because of the volatility, but it's because of another important thing, the length of time it takes for settlement in a transaction. This brings me to another point where I believe that this is where we have a chance to see the maturation of a market actually work together and get the best advantages from one another. I think the way that could happen is that I believe that, for one, in order for this crypto digital asset space to truly mature, they're going to have to adopt virtual protocols, just like they did with the internet and the layers of protocol that make up the internet that we're using to communicate right now. I believe that the iLP, the Interledger Protocol, and the XRP Ledger will be two of those protocols at the very least that will be adopted and deemed public goods and systemically important to the financial plumbing and the financial system internationally and domestically. Then, because you would have a decentralized, open, permissionless network as a foundation to build off of, which has a SEC validator node on it, mind you, I believe you can make all the 3,000 plus networks, or however many are left, touch that ledger in order to track it. And that way, you could actually, at that point, because we know for a fact from Chris Larson years ago, has told us that Bitcoin has been able to be on the XRP Ledger since 2014. Yeah, since 2014, 6 years ago. Think of the benefits that could happen now if you're able to centralize this digital asset space by using an open permissionless protocol like the decentralized XRP Ledger. The benefits would be enormous. Imagine all pre-mined Bitcoin being placed on the ledger. I'm sure that would work in some shape, way, or fashion as an IOU on the ledger. But nevertheless, you now would increase the settlement time to the same 3 to 4 second spread that XRP has. This would help again to bring the maturation of a market, right? And we're talking about bringing something to market, to further areas of the market, where we would use crypto in all of your retail locations like Starbucks and beyond. Remember, Backed, the crypto platform that is owned and controlled by ICE, the same parent company that owns the New York Stock Exchange, is also partnered with Microsoft and Starbucks. Obviously, there's a plan in there. They recently announced an app that they want to use that would look very similar to like a PayPal app. This obviously means they want to set up an application on your phones where you can easily use your crypto for settlement. This, to me, shows a longevity plan for what they plan to achieve long term for the digital asset space. I believe that the convergence not only of the traditional and digital markets, but within the digital space, we could see the best of both worlds with the brand awareness of Bitcoin, the base of people that hold it already that are out here to support the network, and the coming together of benefits of other things like XRP and the ledger, and bringing those things together, we can bring about a consistency to all cryptocurrencies and give it a very efficient, streamlined settlement time that would change the way this space looks forevermore. In fact, a transformation, if you will, a point of no return. That's what's on my mind this morning. And I have to tell you, I think the further we get down this road, the more we see. I think the big thing that we're waiting for now is the adoption to be announced of the Interledger protocol and the XRP ledger. I think regulations have been hammered out. I think tax structure is figured out. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that they have that figured out. I think they know what the international tax should be. I think they all understand what the liability is in a taxable situation when you're going country to country. Does the sender pay tax? Does the receiver pay tax? Do they both pay tax? I think all of these things have truly been answered. What I believe we're waiting for now is for these protocols to be taken up in mass and to be adopted. Because once you do that, it truly will no longer be the wild, wild west. This space cannot grow to the places it needs to grow to. We cannot yield our harvest in the portfolios that we've built over this bear market. And keep in mind, 2019 has been about accumulation. And if you've been lucky enough to know that and have that awareness and you've taken advantage of that, good on you, because I believe you truly will get to reap an amazing harvest. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it right there. I think what we're waiting for now really is adoption of these ledgers. And I think until we get that, we're not going to see the market go where we really want it to go, because this really is no longer the wild, wild west. The SEC is here. The CFTC is here. FSOC is here. FSOC, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, the regulatory body of the U.S. Treasury Department. And they have more power than any other regulatory agency domestically in the United States. Although I know that this is a global movement and this is a global industry, and we are talking about power for the globe, notice that since last June, we have seen everything come from the international level down to the domestic level. I believe since the World Economic Forum, we've seen another motion from the international level, and we are now waiting for the domestic level to deliver on what the findings of that was. So head on a swivel. You never know. This is crypto. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, guys.